Well, hey friends, I was looking at my calendar recently and kind of planning out. I film way ahead of time. So we're typically like a couple weeks ahead of time, and I'm looking at my calendar thinking, oh my goodness, when this video comes out, it'll just be a few short weeks before Thanksgiving. And so I thought it would be fun to do a Thanksgiving type video. Now, if you're brand new here, I have lots of Thanksgiving content. I've done Thanksgiving tablescapes with you guys before. I've even cooked a Thanksgiving meal from start to finish. So I was trying to think about like what I could film for you guys today. I'll be honest, there are weeks when filming is so easy. I just kind of record whatever's happening in our everyday life, cooking, homemaking, but this is one of those weeks where I'm like, what in the world am I going to film? So I thought for a moment that I would maybe go thrifting and thrift items for a Thanksgiving tablescape for you guys. And then I thought, no, I have enough. I don't need to go thrift for items. Like, Thanksgiving is all about being grateful for what you already have. And I am a firm believer in, showing thankfulness, even in the little things. And so anyways, all that to say, today I'm going to try to attempt to put together a Thanksgiving tablescape with items I already have around the house. Typically, I don't really like to wing it with you guys. I like having some sort of plan in place, and today I truly feel like I'm about to wing it. So the reason I'm holding this is because I want to use this as potentially a tablecloth. So this is actually a duvet cover. I'm sure so many of you are gonna shake your heads at this. Why in the world would you ever use a duvet cover for a tablecloth? Well, there's always stain remover, so we're gonna try it. And what I really want to attempt to do is kind of play off of these beautiful colors that I have already throughout my home. So kind of neutral-ish. I've got lots of dried stems that are kind of like a green with some creams, a little bit of that pretty rusty brown. So I think I'm gonna go that route with it. And I thought it would just be fun to take you guys along with me, and you can kind of, see the creative process happening inside my brain. Might be kind of scary though. All right, why don't we get started, and I'll kind of walk you through what I'm thinking for this. So I don't know if you guys remember, was it last year? I think it was last year. I believe it was last year. I painted this turkey, and it was such a cool project. I painted the whole thing black. I think it was this like white color. Oh, I spray painted it black. And then I used gold rub and buff to paint it, and it turned out so cool. It looks like the expensive turkeys from like Pottery Barn or like Balsam Hill or whatever that I've seen before. So anyways, that was a fun project. If you want to go back, I will link that video for you down in the description box below, but I'm not sure if I'm going to incorporate him this year or not. Might want to do something different, so we'll see. Wow, okay, that actually kind of worked out well. I really love it. It's really pretty. So ideally, just maybe purchase a tablecloth but I'm not using this for anything else at the moment. And hey, saves me some money, some beautiful fabric. So we're gonna roll with it. Okay, so before I move on to the centerpiece, I think it's important to like put your place settings down first. And that way you kind of have an idea of how much room you have left over in the center of your table for all the pretty fun stuff. So let's pick out some plates here. And I think I'm just gonna go with my basic white false graph plates. So those are in the corner cupboard here. Let's grab them. All right, guys, so months ago, I shared with you that my mom had been recently diagnosed with lupus. And there are a lot of symptoms connected to lupus, one of them being insomnia and just other sleep problems. And so it just turns out that a company called Oslo reached out to me and asked if they could send me their sleep buds. And since this wasn't really an issue that I was struggling with, I didn't want to promote something that I wouldn't personally use. But I asked them, I said, hey, would it be okay if I let my mom try these? You know, she's been diagnosed with lupus. She really struggles with sleeping at night. And they said, yes, we would love for her to try them and give us a review. So huge thanks to Oslo for sponsoring today's video. My mom has been loving the Oslo sleep buds. Let me tell you a little bit about them. So Oslo is not just another earplug or sleep tech gadget. It's science-backed sleep wearable for people who view sleep as a pillar of lifelong vitality. Oslo actually creates a sanctuary for the senses, merging biometric intelligence, engineered audio, and elegant design to elevate sleep into a restorative ritual. So whether it's city noise, snoring, or a racing mind, Oslo quiets the chaos in your environment so that you can finally get some rest. They have squishy silicone tips, yet they stay fit in your ear without pain or pressure. Remember, Oslo is a sleep solution that actually helps you sleep better. It's not just an app that tracks your sleep. They have a comfort-first design. They're super tiny, soft, ultra secure, especially for side sleepers. But what I love most about them is that they have smart functionality. So these will auto pause when you fall asleep. Their sleep buds also use noise masking in order to cover up disruptive sounds while you sleep. Overall, my mom has had an amazing experience. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, I'm going to put the QR code here on the screen, and I'll also include the link down below in my description box. Guys, take advantage of this awesome offer. Right now, you can get $50 off the Oslo sleep buds by using my special code PIPRH. That's PIPRH to get $50 off the Oslo sleep buds. Guys, my mom has loved using the Oslo sleep buds, and I think you will too. So check out my link in the description box below. Oh man, you guys, the lighting is not my friend today. I just had a sweet lady from church stop by, and it was so good to see her and chat with her. She's actually battling cancer, and she has been such an example of faith and strength and gratitude to me. And I don't want to talk too much about it because I'll start crying, but it's just interesting that she stopped by today. We have so much to be thankful for, even if it's just our health. And she is always so happy and just so filled with joy, even on her hardest days. And anyways, such a blessing to me. All right, so I am not a huge cloth napkin kind of girl. I have 4 boys, but I do have one set of cloth napkins. Got these years ago, and I kind of want to show them to you. They're cute. They're just like neutral, and they have that little stitching on them. Some of them are folded nice and neatly, and some of them are not so much. In fact, you know what I use these for a lot? I line my bowls with them and I let my bread rise. these little cloths. So anyways, I was trying to think like how I can fold these and make them look nice on my table, since some of them are nice and pressed and then others kind of look like that. So I was thinking, I found these guys, these little napkin rings, thrifted these years ago. Aren't those so pretty? But I only have 4 of them. So maybe I can use 4 of them somehow, like every other plate perhaps, since I have 8 place settings. And then the other 4, I can do something different. That's something important to keep in mind. You don't always have to have everything so perfect and matchy-matchy. Let's get a pretty pressed one. Okay, so I just opened it up, put my finger right in the center. I'm gonna grab that center here and pull it through, just like that. And I'll put these at each place setting. That's as fancy as we're gonna get today. I'm not sure what I'll do with the other napkins. Maybe some ribbon or something? I don't know, some twine perhaps? We'll see.
It's always been you, Jesus. It's always been you. We know you will. Who brings the light?
All right, I went and got the old craft bin out and found some of this ribbon. Let me see if I can. So I'm thinking it'll kind of have like a similar look to this, maybe. So we'll try tying up some napkins with some of this ribbon and just see how it looks. All right, guys, so next up, I'm going to layer these plates with these thrifted bowls. Do you guys remember these bowls? They are so pretty. They have the ironstone stamp on the back of them. Let's see. Royal Staffordshire Windsong Ironstone, England. Anyways, I have the prettiest brown floral design on them, and since we're kind of going in that like neutral-y direction, I thought these might be pretty. I got this whole stack for like $4.99 at a thrift store. By the way, if you're wondering what these papers on the wall are, it's a homeschool craft project that we did. We stained some paper with coffee to make it look old, and the boys wrote with quills this week. We are studying colonial America. So it was quite a fun project. I shared it over on my Instagram. Anyways, I'm just gonna layer these on top of all of the plates, and I think they'll look really beautiful. All right, I feel like this table setting is coming along here. So I thrifted these glasses a couple of years ago. I think when I did my Thanksgiving meal from start to finish, I went and thrifted these glasses. They're not the cleanest, just pulled them out of storage, but you get the idea. A couple of them are different. So once again, you don't have to worry about everything being perfectly matchy-matchy. This has sort of some like beaded glass here, and these are just kind of smooth, but they look similar enough to me. So I'm going to just add these to my table setting, and then we will work on the centerpiece. Okay, guys, I am dying to add candles, especially on this gray and cloudy day. But I think it's important to figure out what your centerpiece is going to be first so that you know where to place the candles. That way your flame isn't coming up and burning anything. We don't want any fires on Thanksgiving Day. So this bouquet of flowers that you see behind me, or leaves, stems, whatever, let me grab it. In my humble opinion, I should say, these are just much too tall for a gathering because you want to be able to see the person across from you. In fact, even when we eat family meals, we typically move this to the end of the table. I'll push it down so that I can see all of my boys' faces. So I would not want to put something like this in the center of my table. As beautiful as it is, I just feel like it'll obstruct some views. So I think I'm going to pull these stems out and potentially lay them down so that they're more low on the center of the table. Oh, that sunshine is coming in again. If it would only just stick around for a few more minutes. So I'm gonna do that now and just play around with it and see what we can come up with here.
What flame lights my way home? It's always been you, Jesus. It's always been you, Emmanuel. I know I am loved so. Now I remember.
Okay, guys, this table is looking so pretty. I'm trying to decide if I want to do, I have a couple options here. I could do like a dark pumpkin in the very center. I'm thinking too that I might add some little pears in this centerpiece, or I could add the turkey for a very Thanksgiving-ish feel. Now, I do want to add some brass candlesticks. What do you like more? They're both beautiful options, and both, I believe both were thrifted. So far, everything's been thrifted. This is awesome. Well, except for the tablecloth. But everything else has been thrifted. So I kind of want to continue that theme. Okay, I think Mr. Turkey is going to take a little break this year since we used him last year. But these faux pears, I got these at a thrift store for a couple of bucks, of course, like everything else. Look how realistic they look. Isn't that awesome? They look so real. So I'm thinking about just kind of placing them kind of in the branches and seeing how I like that maybe. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe this one's like a little green, a little lime green. Maybe only certain colors. All right, let me play with it. All right, friends, I think we're about wrapped up here, but we need candlelight, of course. Every Thanksgiving table needs some beautiful candles. So I think I'm gonna go with brass. Since I chose to remove the brass turkey, I feel like some brass would be really pretty here. So I'm going to dig in my little candle stash here in the corner cupboard and see what I can come up with. I think I have some brass candlesticks, hopefully. Well, friends, it just so happens that I baked some sourdough bread this morning, so I thought, how pretty would it be to add this to our tablescape here? So I'm not sure where I'll put it. Maybe in that corner there, perhaps? Can you see that? I think you can see that. Oh my goodness, I think we're finished. I love the way it all came together. Like I said, most of this was thrifted. The plates and the bowls and the candlesticks and wow, just about everything. The clippings were from the yard. And so hopefully this video inspires you guys. You don't have to spend a ton of money to create a beautiful tablescape. You really can put something together for not a lot at all. Just be creative, look around your home and see what you can come up with. And if you're hosting Thanksgiving this year, don't feel like you have to go out and buy everything brand new. Go to the thrift store. You can probably find some really cool stuff. So, if you are new to my channel, then welcome. Join me here. I wish I could have you all over for Thanksgiving. And I just want to take a moment to thank you guys for all of your love and support over the years. Oh my goodness, this YouTube thing. I never would have thought that the Lord would have grown it the way He has, and I've just met so many special friends through this platform, and to God be the glory. Great things He has done, and I'm just so thankful that I've been able to inspire so many of you somehow. I often feel very, very inadequate, and I'm just so thankful that so many of you guys tune in week after week to see what I'm up to. It's very humbling, and I'm just thankful for all of you. So probably after this video goes live, we will do some we'll do some Christmas content, which I know sounds crazy, it really does, but that's just kind of how it works when you are a creator. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me today, guys, and hope you enjoyed this video, hope it inspired you, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.